Don, firstly, describe what the whirlwind you've been through in the past few weeks has been like. Obviously making the decision to retire, but yet joining the first team coaching setup here.
It's been hard, just to process what's going on. You go from the mindset of the lockdown and you're thinking about keeping yourself fit, as a player, because you're thinking you're coming back for pre-season at any time, whenever that would be, and then all of a sudden you switch your mindset to being a coach. But I've had great support, the manager, Richie, Tomo, Dukesy have been great with me. It'll take a few weeks for me to find my feet, but no, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Going right back, did you ever envisage when you were breaking through as a young guy here, you go on to have A, the career you've had, but B, to rack up over 600 career appearances?
I didn't, and probably not many people, would have thought that either. Was probably a late developer in terms of becoming a regular at Ross County. Was probably about 22, 23, and I was maybe showing signs of ability and doing well, but to go to the level that I managed to, in a short space of time after that, it happened relatively quickly, and the progression was short and sharp, as they say. So no, I didn't see that. I feel very lucky, very grateful for the way it's turned out, and now gone full circle and starting a new chapter as a coach.
Dingwall, Inverness, Watford, Cardiff, Wigan, Hearts, and back to Dingwall. It's been an incredible roller coaster. You really are the beacon of belief that people from the Highlands, young guys from the Highlands, can go and have careers at the best levels in UK football and world football.
Yeah, I think I do. A lot of it, it's luck. Along the way, it takes people, believing in you. Injuries, being lucky with that. But at the same time, I showed a lot of dedication, a lot of effort to make sure that I was the best professional I could be. Because there was many people that I've played with, not only just at this club, that had far more ability, talent than I've ever had. But maybe just didn't quite apply themselves. So I made sure that I did that every day, and that probably was the reason I had the journey that I did.
You played under many managers alongside a lot of different players. Who are the ones along your journey that helped you grow and develop, not just as a player but as a person as well?
There's probably too many. I don't want to do anyone a disservice, because everyone that I've come across, I tried to respect them as much as I can. I feel the effort they give me, I wanted to give that back to them. So everyone that I've come across in my career has helped me in some way. A couple stand out just at the top of my head. Alex Smith, when he came to the club, he probably gave me that belief at Ross County. Like I say, I was a local boy, probably just floating along, but he made sure I came out of my comfort zone and took me to that next level at this club to progress. And then probably when I went to Watford, having the belief, I know he's gone on to unbelievable things, but Brendan Rodgers was the person that signed me for Watford, but he just had that demeanour about him, that relationship with a player that just gave you a real confidence, because it was quite a daunting feeling going from the Highlands to North London, but he made me feel that I deserved to be there from the moment I got to that club. And again, that gave me the belief that I could play at that level in England in the Championship. And then after that, I had Malky Mackay, who was at Watford. He was a first team coach, and he almost looked to me, being a Scottish person as well, that came down, and he definitely went out of his way to make me feel comfortable and make sure that if I needed anything, he was there for me. And it just so happened that he turned out to be my manager for Watford, Cardiff and Wigan, for the best part of a 6.5 year spell. So they're the main ones that probably stand out in my head. But like I say, everyone along the way has I'm extremely grateful to them.
It's safe to say, you know, your name holds a lot of weight here in the Highlands and across football. How do you get yourself into that position where you become so consistent, where you're performing to such a high standard the whole time, and also still managing to put a smile on the fans of every fan in the terrace?
I just, like I say, I feel lucky. I feel grateful for the opportunity that I've been given, and I just made sure that, you know, so many people want to be footballers. I feel honoured, you know, for the teams that I played for, the opportunities I was given. So I just wanted to make the most of it. Now, if you're on the training pitch, if you're not enjoying that, there's something wrong. If you're out playing in front of however many thousand fans, if you don't enjoy that, for me, you're in the wrong industry. You know, you've got to embrace it, enjoy it. Yes, you play poorly, you play good, indifferent. That's just things that you need to deal with, and you get better as you get older and more experienced. You deal with different circumstances. But like I say, it just comes back to me just feeling, you know, it was a privilege, you know, to be a footballer.
As well as playing at the top level in Scotland and the top level in England, you also were capped for the Scottish national team. That must have been an incredible honour for you.
Yeah, again, it was something that, you know, I didn't envisage. You know, you want it to happen, but you really don't think, you know, it's going to. Like, say, that progression of going to Watford probably just sort of pushed me forward into the limelight. You know, I was just, you know, playing for Ross County, Inverness. It's not quite got that probably appeal to national setup. You know, even when I was in the squad to start with, you don't really know anyone because you've not come across these players. They're old firm players, etc. They're playing in England, so I didn't think I would get that opportunity. And I know I was lucky when it eventually came. You know, it was a friendly away to Japan. It was a weekend game in the middle of the season, and unfortunately many people pulled out of the squad. But I used that to my advantage because it meant that I got called into the squad. I managed to get my first cap playing against Japan, and then the following month I was in the original 25-man squad, you know, for the next game. So it just shows, again, it comes down to luck, but you've got to make the most of these opportunities you're given.
You've obviously been coaching here in the youth setup for over a year now. You're heading into this new chapter. Was the natural progression for Don Cowie always to go down the coaching pathway?
Not really. Probably as I was, you know, I was a quiet boy growing up. Early years as a player, quiet. Again, Alex Smith, you know, he probably tried to cajole that out of me to come out of my shell. And then when working with Malky, he was the person that really emphasised that you've got to find your voice on the pitch. You know, off the pitch you can be as quiet as you like, but when you're on that pitch, you know, you've got to demand things, and that's where I probably started to find my voice a little bit. And then when I went to Hearts, as an older player, a lot of younger players I was playing alongside, so you feel like you're almost coaching them on a daily basis when you're training with them. And that's when I really, you know, thought, yeah, I would like to stay in the game and be part of a coaching setup.
In the past couple of years since you've come back to Ross County, you've had a great working relationship with the co-managers, with the football management team, and the squad, obviously. Did that make this decision right now easier for you?
Bit of both, because a lot of the teammates are my mates. You know, it's only a couple of weeks ago I seen them as my teammates, and I built up, you know, a great relationship with a lot of them. Very together squad, you know, whether it's socialising, you know, in the dressing room, good relationships that I've created there. So the thought of crossing over to the coaching side, and it's only natural that those relationships are going to change slightly, but it's how I deal with that. Hopefully I can be someone who can, you know, be that link between the management and the players, because like I say, a lot of them are my friends and I spent a lot of time with them. And in terms of the management, that definitely, you know, made it easy. I've worked alongside Richie. Last year I was injured for 9 months, so I helped him a lot with the reserve football, and then with the gaffer, you know, I've got a great respect for him, good relationship. I've always felt comfortable around him as a player, which I think is great, and it's made it easy, you know, to make that transition.
If you had a 16-year-old lad right beside you just now, who may be heading probably in a similar path to you, what's the key things you would say to him, looking back at what you know now from the game?
It's probably what a lot of people will say, don't get, you know, too high and too low, because that's football. You know, I've had plenty of knocks in my time, confidence, you know, in terms of, you know, people maybe say you're not good enough, but football's all about opinions. It's why we love the game so much, because it allows people to express what they feel about a game. So just because one person might feel that you're not quite good enough, it doesn't mean the next person feels the same. So yeah, believe in yourself. Like I say, treat every training session as if it's a game. Try your best. Never come off the training pitch thinking I could have done more, because you'll get into a habit of doing that. Just treat it as your last training session every time, and show your coaches as much respect as you can every day.
Don, as we round up, you're obviously now moved into this new role. Your family are all settled here, you are settled here. Is this probably the most settled you've been in a long time, on and off the field?
Well, my wife will be happy with that. You know, I've had unbelievable support from my family, none more so than my wife, because, you know, between moving from the Highlands to North London, Wales, North England, then the Edinburgh area, and now we're back in the Highlands. It's a fair, you know, journey, and you've got, you know, we've got 2 daughters. You're dragging them everywhere across Britain. So it feels nice to give them that security, to be settled here, and hopefully we're here for many years.
Don, thank you for taking the time, and on behalf of everyone, we wish you all the success in your new role.
Thank you.